So have you ever thought of getting into photography or videography? Maybe you just want to take higher quality photos, or maybe you like the artistic side of it. If you don't know where to start, here's a good place to start. I'm going to help you get on that path to taking better quality photos and being more artistic about it along the way. So to get started, first we need to go over photography. Because if you want to get into videography, it's best to start as a photographer. That way you know how to frame your subject, follow the rules of composition, and things like that. Okay? Your videos are going to look much better if we start with photography first. And so let's talk about that. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is download an app on our phone. You can also do this on your tablet or your computer. And some cost money, but a lot are free. And we're going to go over the free ones, okay? If you want to spend money, go for it, but I suggest stick with the free ones. Now, of these apps that we're going to go over, I want you to choose your favorite one. That might mean that you have to download a few of them to test them out. The options I'm going to give you are ones to start with, but ultimately you got to make these decisions for yourself, okay? So again, choose your favorite one, and some actually have an in-camera app so that you can actually take photos directly within the app, and others are just editing programs. And so again, you get to choose, but let's go over those options now. But first, why edit photos and videos? There are a few reasons why you want to edit your media, but first we need to ask a different question. Why do we take photos and videos in the first place? The best answer is to tell a story. Alright, but most answers are acceptable, okay? For example, advertisement companies use photos and videos to tell stories. These stories usually encourage consumers to buy something, and you see this all the time in commercials. It's just too bad that your burger never looked like it did in that commercial, huh? Editing can help people understand your story better. So, why edit photographs? In photography, it is to make a specific moment in time look a certain way, usually a better way, but that all depends on the artist, right? So when recording, your camera will edit the photos and videos for you, which is what we call auto mode, unless you adjust those settings yourself, which is we call manual mode. On that notion, you may not like the quality of a photo, and so editing that photo can potentially enhance the quality or even make it look a specific way that you want it to. So, why edit photographs? Other reasons include a second chance to make the photo look like it was supposed to in the first place. Sometimes you can make mistakes and you can fix these settings in post. You can also create your own personalized style. For example, most well-known photographers are recognized by their aesthetic style. Okay, so again, why edit your photos in the first place? Well, looking at this photo on the left-hand side, you can see that there's no edits done to it. It's just a raw photo. The photo on the right-hand side, though, you can see that there has been edits made to it, and I think that those edits have enhanced the photo to look more appealing and aesthetic. Okay, so before we get on to the apps that I want you to download, some of you might not have cell phones, and so here's some apps that you can download on your computer, and there's other editing software out there, so let's take a look at some of those. You can go to techradar.com to check out the best free photo editing software. However, I listed a few below that are a little bit more popular. Okay, so again, these are the best photo editing apps in my opinion, and I think you should go ahead and download a couple of them because they're free. You have Adobe Lightroom, Photo Editor, and Pro Camera. We're going to learn about Lightroom in the future anyways, so it wouldn't be a bad idea to download this app, but my favorite is Snapseed, and Snapseed is made by Google, and it's free. Okay, some of the best video editing apps out there that are free are GoPro and DJI Fly. Okay, so the GoPro Video Editor and Movie Maker app and the DJI Fly app. Okay, you don't need a GoPro and you don't need a drone to use these apps. So go to Google Play or the App Store to download all these apps for free. Alright, so a few new apps came out recently and I think they're worth mentioning, and so let's take a look at those. Adobe came out with Adobe Premiere Rush, a video editing app, and Adobe Photoshop Camera. Now both these apps can be found in Google Play or the App Store, but there might be some issues, okay? The first issue is your device or phone must be compatible with the app, okay? Also, there might be additional in-app features that may cost money, and I don't want you to spend any money, alright, unless that's your choice. Okay, so here's your challenge. Download a free photo or video editing app, Become familiar with the app and test it out by practicing. Okay, that means go out, take some photos, record some videos, and do it as homework. Use your new app to help you tell your story. After you've done that, then you want to render, save, and of course share your photos and videos. Alright, so let's go outside and take some photos. We're going to go through the process of how you can take a photo with some thought behind it, and then we're going to edit them. I want to edit a couple for you. One will be in Snapseed, which is one of my favorite apps on my phone, and then we're going to edit one in Lightroom, which is a professional platform a lot of photographers are using. Okay, so real quick, I wanted to take this opportunity to plug my Instagram account. Head that way to see all my professional photography, and you can also check out a lot of videos that I make that I don't always post on YouTube. These videos range from cinematic videos to just other things that I do for fun. This picture that you see that I'm editing right now in Snapseed, which is one of my favorite apps and that I suggest you go download because it's free, you can find this photo on my Instagram account. So again, go check out my Instagram, and so yeah, why am I showing you this? Well, this is an older photo, but when I edited it, I showed you that every program will have basically the same features in terms of settings and functions. And so for right now, I'm not too worried about how we're going to focus on functions and settings and all that. I'd rather you just get an app, get that downloaded, see which one you like, test them out, and we'll worry about all the settings and stuff later. When you do get into the settings, you'll see certain words that are going to pop up from time to time, and more than likely these will be vocabulary words that you'll be held accountable for in future quizzes. So again, once you get a photo, save it, edit it, share it. It's all about having fun. And so you can see here that on the left hand side I have a before, and on the right hand side is the after. We'll get into more details later, but for now I want you to focus on what's actually going to go inside your frame. Frame up your photo. Paying attention actually goes a long way in every aspect of life, so I want you to compose your photo. Alright, now composition is something that we'll go over later, but for now, think of composition as your artwork. More specifically, the art that you create. Very much the same way musicians compose their own music, artists create their own artwork. Alright, so I want everybody to be creative, okay? Alright. Did y'all like that? Have fun with this. Okay, so I got the microphone on here backwards because I kind of want you to see what I'm seeing here from both ends. Alright, now I'm filming here, but I got my f-stop number up very high. My ISO is very low. Alright, now if I was to switch over to manual mode and take a photo, then I can start to focus on my subjects. I can focus on what's in the background rather than what's right here. Alright, it's very dark because I'm in movie mode like I said. So I'm going to go ahead and switch over. And let's see what happens there. I won't have the audio though, okay? At least not decent audio. So now I'm going to switch over to manual mode. And so now I can see that the background is blurry. Take a photo of that. And now I can focus on the background a little bit better. And now the background comes in focus. Oh, got to keep it going. And you can always switch between manual and auto focus as well. So I have the background out of focus. I can switch into auto, go over there once it looks good. Then I can switch out of autofocus. Now I'm in manual focus. No matter what I do now, it's going to stay like that. And so now you can fandangle your way in, and like Peter McKinnon says, and get your photo by shooting through something. All Alright, maybe I need to get a little bit higher with that. So let's see what those look like. Alright, so since you've gotten your photos taken, remember that the whole point of this is to just get an app downloaded. We will begin editing more photos and we'll get into all that soon. But for now, let's just stick with the basics. Download an app, test it out, find out which one is your favorite, and let's have fun with this. Alright, so I have about 13 photos here that we took earlier. You can see with this one here, I've already edited it. And I wanted to point out that the photo next to it is one that's very similar and there's no edits here. And so with some edits done, you can go from something that looks unappealing or basic, maybe it has too much exposure or not enough, and you can fix those things. You can make it look better or you can make it look different. So let's go ahead and edit one ourselves. I selected this one because this is the very last photo we took, and I like this one compared to the others here. That's why I went ahead and started with a 3 to help me identify which photos I like best. Alright, so again, if you're interested in photography or videography, you're in the right place. If you want to like and subscribe, go ahead. We're going to keep on progressing from here, moving on to more advanced level stuff. And in the end, we will get into Lightroom, Photoshop, and you'll have to check out my other videos that will be over Premiere Pro and After Effects. Okay, so y'all have a good one, and I'll see y'all in the next one.